The newly formed security outfit backed by governors in the southeastern part of Nigeria, Ebonyi, has been criticized for alleged high-handedness in the discharge of their laid-down responsibilities. The group has also been consistently accused of carrying out extrajudicial killings in that part of the country. These charges have not been adequately addressed up to this moment. However, to help us understand in greater details the impact of Ebonyi in curtailing insecurity in the southeast, discuss the politics of Ebonyi State, where the group has been very prominent, especially the presidential bid of Governor Gov Umahi, as well as allegations that opposition members, particularly from the People's Democratic Party, are being persecuted for not agreeing to defect along with the governor to the All Progressives Congress. We are now being joined by Mr. Uchenna Orji, who is the Ebonyi State Commissioner for Information. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.
Thank you very much.
Now, could you share your thoughts with us about the presidential bid, of Governor Gov Umahi? Are you in support of his aspirations?
Thank you very much. Let me thank also our viewers. Our dear Governor, His Excellency Engineer Chief David Umahi, in line with the wishes of the best of the people of Ebonyi State, in line with the wishes of men and women of goodwill in Nigeria, has declared that if he does please the people of Nigeria, that he intends to be the president, to contest in order to become the president of Nigeria come 2023. And for us who are watchers who are in Ebonyi, you have seen his track records. We feel that going forward, Nigerians should look at track records of leaders who are in corridors of powers who have performed even in the past. Nigerians should look at energy, zeal, and passion, that leaders have. Nigerians should look at those that have zero tolerance for corruption, those that are able to give evidence or to show that they can unite this country through their actions and words. And I want to say that the governor of Ebonyi State has all of these qualities. And so we appreciate his declaration. And we think that it's going to spell a good omen to the people of Nigeria if we're able to look at what he has done in Ebonyi State, that was the lowest in terms of development among committee of states in the Federation. Within just 6 years, the man has transformed the state. And today, if you talk about Lagos and Abuja in terms of development, the next state is Ebonyi State that was just created in 1996. All of a sudden, you're talking about the state with the highest network of road in the whole Federation. When you count Lagos and Abuja, Ebonyi State comes. When you talk about state with the highest number of flyovers that will, make for investment, attract businesses, after Lagos and Abuja, you come to Ebonyi State. When you talk about the biggest shopping mall that can attract importers and exporters from across the world, you talk about Ebonyi State as the highest, having the biggest shopping mall. An international airport that will compete, with Lagos and Abuja international airports is now going on in Ebonyi State. And so if a man like this has all this kind of vision, and the vision is coming to reality, I think that if he has such opportunity, Nigeria will experience the same peace, the same bliss as we are experiencing in Ebonyi State.
All right, will his opposition be able to sing the same song, understanding that there are reports that those that refuse to move with him from the PDP to the APC have been witnessing barrages of persecution by the governor?
Yeah, in every democratic setting, there is always opposition. Don't forget, in 2015, the governor was to contest. He became the first deputy governor in the history of the world to become governor, after the stiffest opposition of the establishment at that time. In 2019, he recontested. He had opposition, then it was APC. And so they were not complaining all of these things. And so this time around, I feel that this opposition is a group of desperate, hopeless people who have lost the touch of the people, because, it's like a conglomeration of the people of Ebonyi State, those from the old APC joining with the real people of, old PDP, coming together, as people of now brand new APC. And so I think their problem is that of hopelessness and fear. Otherwise, they were there with the government of Ebonyi State under PDP, when we had APC that never complained the way they are complaining. All the game that we played politically, electioneering and all of that, we played that together. The formation of the security outfit was formed when we were in PDP, that was called Neighborhood Watch. They were part of the people that made all of the nominations. The only difference now is that because of the yearning of the people of the Southeast, that we should have something that is akin to that of Southwest, except in Lagos anyway, that is the Omatuku. The governments of Southeast, as it were, met in a way and said, let's have a security outfit that has common name with a common mandate and function, so to speak, even though they will have also their jurisdictions. And that is why the governor did last year, establish a security outfit called Ebubago. And in doing that, the governor had to establish the law. And in the law, we have the agency that makes for Ebubago Security Outfit. That is Ebubago Security Agency. We also have the board, a governing board for Ebubago. And all the powers and functions and limits are spelled out in the law. That is Ebubago Law 2021. And I can tell you that they have been working within the confines of the law. But one thing that is very important is that these people are drawn from the communities where all of these desperate politicians are coming from. And some of them were their nominations. But because they have lost grips, the people are saying, no, we must belong to the party at the center, because that has been the culture of the people of Southeast, of course, Ebonyi State in particular. And so I want to say that members of the public should disregard and discountenance those claims as they are merely false, they are baseless, they are readable, they have got no contention with the reality at all.
But the reports we're hearing, even though you're shutting them down, are the exact opposite. They're saying that these members of Ebubago are barbaric at best. And there was even a report about one of the members being beheaded a few days ago out of retaliation in Imo State. Imo State has been specifically highlighted to have borne the brunt of the extrajudicial killings of this group. So are we just supposed to dismiss those reports?
Yeah, let me say that we actually operate an imperfect society, whether in security organizations, in other organizations, even in ARISE. We have also bad eggs. But what is important is that the law provides for dismissal, for recruitment, dismissal, and even termination of appointment of security officials. I'm not going to speak about Imo State. I don't have the competence. I don't have the mandate. But for Ebonyi State, yes, we have had a case of extrajudicial killing of even Ebubago. Ebubago official was beheaded, and some others were killed. But we aren't saying it is PDP. But we are saying individual persons that were involved in the beheading of a Ebubago official should be apprehended and handed to police for the law to take its course. And that is the way I feel these people should be thinking about. Now, one or two cases where an Ebubago official misbehaved, the law has taken its course. The persons involved have been handed over to police. And let me tell you that the functions and powers of Ebubago security outfit in Ebonyi State, they are quite known, they are quite clear, quite specified. They are to gather information, to gather data on security issues. They are to also document them. They are also to collaborate with security agencies to ensure that the police, the various communities. Let me tell you, Ebonyi State has been very exceptional in this problem of insecurity in Southeast. When the state actors disturb in other states, especially Monday sit at home, in Ebonyi State, there is no news like that. We go about our businesses. The non-state actors believe that our governor has done tremendously well. The only way we can encourage him is to eschew all forms of violence in Ebonyi State. And that is why you have seen the level of decorum and peace. And so those people come into pages of media to level a lot of accusations, false as they are. They're on their own. Because I can tell them, the law court is there, both the High Court, the Court of Appeal, the Supreme Court. If there is any issue, they need to ventilate in terms of knowing what is done to any person that has committed offense.
Yeah, permit me to interject at this point. Certainly you are very aware of a group because people are drawing similarities with the then defunct Bakassi group, and they are almost putting them side by side, that this is almost taking another shape in their modus operandi. And you know how Bakassi ended. Certainly you will be able to attest to that. Talk to us about this. That this is not another Bakassi situation.
Whoever is having that allegation is that the person is bereft of information or a person is mischievous. Bakassi, as you know, is a form of, is a non-state actor kind of group. That originated as a matter of, it emerged as a matter of, it's an automatic emergence that came to tackle, those security issues in parts of Abia State. This is a deliberately established, carefully selected group of people nominated.
I'm not talking about their origin, but their mode of operation.
Yes, even in terms of modus of operation, or what you call modus operandi, and even their modus vivendi, you will see that they have a law that provides for what they should do. For instance, they are to gather information. They are to collaborate. And I can tell you that they have done more good, much more good than harm. But what you should know is that when the organization begins afresh, like ARISE, there were some issues that they didn't get right because of issues of orientations and backgrounds. But with time, with orientation, with training and retraining, you see a level of change. That is why today everything is going normally in Ebonyi State. I tell you, every evening you see them gathering, working with security agencies to ensure the police our communities, our metropolis, our satellite towns. So even if you are a government official, you are of ARISE, you can always work in the night and you are not molested. So let me tell you, you need to come. It has to be investigated. That is by coming to Ebonyi to see for yourself the situation in Ebonyi State. Ibubago has done much more good than what they are showing in the pages of newspaper. And I can tell you that security agencies can bear witness to all of this.
So thank you for sharing that with us. But I think there might need to be some agenda for reform, because obviously you just said that no group is perfect. So what agenda would you suggest should be in place for the improvement of Ibubago?
Training and retraining, and also ensuring that the boards are performing their duties, the agencies are carrying out their duties of censoring officials from time to time, getting to know what are the issues in the various communities, getting feedback from the society, from the rural communities, from stakeholders. And the feedback we are getting as I speak with you is that there is a level of better orientation amongst Ibubago officials. So they are performing optimally, they are cruising in their performance as I speak with you. And we are very much happy. See, they think that militarization or using force is not all the way. The way to go is engagement. And let me tell you that these Ibubago officials are not only securing our state, they are also helping to engage with the non-state actors, and to ensure that those who are carrying out agitations violently lay down their arms. We have given them this as a task. Talk to the non-state actors to lay down their arms, and they are now gradually laying their arms. And so we must say thumb up to Ibubago in Ebonyi State.
All right, a recent report by budget-listed Ebonyi and 3 other states in Nigeria as at least the least indebted states, and also one of the states that has invested over 70% of its revenue on capital projects. How could this be achieved even as you receive about one of the least allocations here in Nigeria?
We have a rare gift, a special gift. A man of extraordinary ability. A man, I say, that emerges in a society once in every 100 years in the person of our dear governor. When he came, he turned around situations. But coming to talk about what you said, the issue of performance index has continued to, make the waves, especially recently. apart from the fact that in the whole of the 36 states of the Federation, Ebonyi State came first in capital investment, in investing in infrastructure that will bring about economic development. Ebonyi State came first in the analysis of budget office, the area of transparency, accountability, the area of scarce, in the area of prudent allocation of scarce resources. Ebonyi State came first. I've mentioned 3. Now, in overall performance, in fiscal responsibility, the Ebonyi State government came second in the whole states of the Federation, beating even Lagos in terms of, overall performance. Now, do you know in the area of viability, that is self-reliance of a state that can be on its own with or without federal allocation, Ebonyi State came fourth. And this goes to show that the governor is a man of prudence. Now, the issue of debt, they made analysis, and they said, of all the states of the Federation, Ebonyi State came fourth. That is having the lowest debt burden as an administration. In the whole of the Southeast, it is the lowest. And so out of the 36 states of the Federation, Ebonyi State came 33rd in debt status. And this goes to show that Ebonyi State is known for prudence, is known for zero tolerance for corruption and for waste. And that's why we feel that if it does have opportunity of becoming president of this country, it can be sure that there will be a turnaround, because Nigeria has got a lot of wealth. We've got a lot of potentials. But the problem that is the most important problem is the issue of corruption. Corruption has to do with leadership. And so he's going to turn around the situation if he becomes president. And so the secret is all that I have mentioned, and coupled with the fact that he carefully chose his lieutenants. You must work for the intrinsic value of what you are doing. You must work to earn whatever that you are being paid. Otherwise, you've got to show the way so that another person does come. But then the governor does a lot of quality assurance issues, does a lot of monitoring and evaluation to ensure that whatever project is committed, that project must, the purpose of that project must be actualized. This has really helped a lot. Of course, it does a lot of direct labor job to ensure that the civil servants and public servants also participate in the project development process in the state. Of course, it has a mentorship idea whereby technical assistants were raised. Of course, other people were raised to see how they can be part of the nation building or the state building, as it were. I must say that the governor of Ebonyi State, if given the opportunity, I'm telling you what he has done in Ebonyi State, I can tell you that that can be replicated in Nigeria. A state that had no road today, after Lagos and Abuja, has the highest number of roads. And so it is very unique. A state that brought a concept of road construction with concrete pavement, the one you are seeing in Apapa that is done by Dangote. Of course, it has 50 years guarantee. So these are great ideas that the governor has that has made him to be unique in this performance index.
I want to say thank you for your time today, and thank you for sharing with us several key things that are happening in Ebonyi State. We wish you all the best as we get into the political season.